Oh, okay, training to move in. Oh man, that was an exhausting day.
Move-in was great.
Oh my gosh, it was really exciting and very overwhelming at the same time.
And then move-in is boom. There's a million different freshmen moving in. You're making your rounds, introducing yourself to all the parents, getting to know the residents. Then the OAs come, and it just hits very fast. So you definitely have to be ready to, go without a little sleep for a while.
Well, I started off not on my hall, like helping check people in, and I kept recognizing names and being like, you're one of my residents, and they would look at me like, because they're all like ridiculously nervous. I remember my freshman year moving, like check-in was like, I'm signing things, I don't know what this is, so I was like, I'm your RA, and they're just like, okay, that's fine. So the worst part about the initial check-in are the parents. Like, do you have a broom? And I'm like, no. Where can I get a broom? That room is gross. I'm like, I'm sorry. But just try not to focus on them and focus on the actual residents and because the parents go away, thank God.
I was just really enthusiastic about everything. I was like on a constant like pep trip. I was just like,
I feel like they were all like freaking out, so I was very high energy and like, woo, yeah, it's a name game, this is awesome. Woo, and I was like running around the circle, and I'm pretty sure the OAs were a little frightened.
It was very busy, and I remember those first 2 nights, I was like, oh my gosh, if this is what it's going to be like the rest of the year, I don't know then. But it seems a little crazy sometimes the first few days, but it'll slow down. They'll get to know things and get acclimated and be able to do things on their own. Like, you just pick it up. It's a natural thing. It'll come to you. And if you don't know what to do, go to another RA in your building. You're never alone. You have an entire team who almost, in essence, becomes your family, because you all, especially in the freshman area, you're working together.
I definitely put my residents before my job, if that makes sense. I saw it as more important that I form a personal relationship with each of my residents than that I do the housekeeping tasks. If you form a meaningful relationship with a person, they will respect you and they will want to be nice to you and help you. And to initiate that at the very beginning meant that from the get-go, my hall, each person cared about every other person. And if you care about somebody, you're not going to be an asshole. Because they come in blank slates. They have a couple ideas about what college is like, but there are several different, actualizations that could have taken place. And they saw that I was enthusiastic, so they got enthusiastic, and we were all just happy to be here. And
basically, I feel like working with the OAs is completely contingent on being willing to have a relationship with them. Mm-hmm. And, they didn't always keep me in the loop, and that was frustrating sometimes.
Use them, but don't let them overpower you at all.
So I think I exchanged 1 or 2 emails with them beforehand, and then I met up with them and talked for a few minutes during orientation, and then I mostly let them do their thing, and they let me know when they would be around and when I could join in on things. So it was great because they just handled everything, and I got to go along for the ride sometimes.
They were really awesome, and they were good. They actually worked out really well. They were really good about during my hall meetings, letting me run, and then if I said, hey, Sarah and Ian, do you have any thoughts on quiet hours? And they were great about oh, well, this is what my quiet hours were. So it's creating a balance, I guess, between using them when you need them, and then them referencing them, and then they can reference you for policy stuff.
It's kind of hard to get to know your residents when they're with the OAs for the first week or a few days. Mm-hmm. So many times I would go with the OAs and get to know my girls. I know during the evening when they were finally all back in the dorm, I'd actually go to their rooms and talk with them. I'd be like, hey, what do you think of college so far? This is really exciting. I'm glad you're here. I'm super excited to be your RA.
Pretty much if a door was open in the first few weeks, I made sure to go in it.
But I tried when they were doing mixers with other people, and for a couple of discussions I went just because I wanted to get to know them because they were all getting to know each other. And I was like, they're going to start off knowing everything about each other and where everyone's from. And if I don't integrate myself, I'm going to be far behind. So
I was participating in the activities with them. I was sitting on the floor with them. I was included with them, and they sort of were introduced to me in a very inclusive way, such that I was one of them, a part of them, not this authority figure above them to be feared and to be, like, you know, I guess, resisted.